What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here tonight with a review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. This is season 6. It's episode number 7, and it is titled Fed Up. So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right into tonight's video. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to start the episode out with the light stuff of the episode. So, I'm going to start out with K. Michelle first. So, with K. Michelle, we see K. Michelle, and she's going to her lawyer's office to just talk to her lawyer about this whole surrogacy thing with Tone. It's just a little bit weird right now with Tone because, we do see that Tone and her boyfriend have been doing some lives talking about, them having a baby, with her having a baby for a celebrity, and she name drops K. Michelle, and then, she's talking about how the boyfriend wants there to be a contract, and I'm just like, why is he getting involved? It's not his baby. It's not even her baby. Now, I could see it if Tone was like, let's have a contract to say how much I get paid, what happens at the hospital, who's in the room, X, Y, Z. I would understand that. But for Tone's boyfriend to try to have an input, not quite understanding why he feels he needs to have an input. So then, it's weird in K. Michelle out because of the fact that, Tone is wanting to talk to her on the phone, and it's kind of making it seem like Tone wants to have a relationship with her even after the baby's born, which that's not what K. Michelle wants. So then we see K. Michelle, she's talking to Moniece. And, she's telling Moniece that, this whole tour thing with April is really ridiculous and it's not smart. And what Moniece needs to work on is getting in the studio and, putting out music. And then, K. Michelle tells her, because, Moniece asked her, like, so what's going on with the surrogate situation? And she tells her that, her egg count was not, her eggs were weak, and that she's having to do another round of IVF. And then, she just, once again, she tells her that she's just not feeling 100% comfortable with Tone. And then she says that, she went to see the lawyer, and the lawyer gave her some names of another surrogate in case things do not work out with Tone. So then the episode closes where we see K. Michelle, she's in Atlanta, and she's getting ready to talk to Tone. So we'll pick up with that next week. All right, next, you guys, we got Apple Watts. So we see Apple and we see, Dr. Evil, aka Mr. Ray, and they're, heading to get Apple's boobs done. And, she was talking about what the things that transpired at the showcase. She was talking about how she was drunk. And then she was also talking about, the fact that, Brittany B and Lil Lyrica had got into it. But at the end of it, they managed to, hug it out and, let, I guess, bygones be bygones. And really weird. So, Apple, she goes to, get her, like I said, she's going to get her tits done. So then they pull up to this strip mall, and I was even with Mr. Ray. I was like, Dr. Evil, I was like, why are you at a strip mall getting your titties done? Like, at least you're not in the basement, but you're at a strip mall. You didn't go to a clinic. Well, I didn't even go to a clinic, but you didn't go to like a hospital where they do plastic surgery. You're at a strip mall. So how above board can it really be is my question. But, if Apple likes it, I love it. So then we see Apple, but then we see she goes in there and she has to get blood work done because she's anemic, and that's not a good thing for her. Because, they cutting her open, for one, and then if she's anemic, not going to be much that they can do for her. So, so she's getting the blood work done so that way they can find out if she's cleared to do the surgery. So then we do find out that Apple was cleared to do the surgery. So she then goes back to the doctor's office, and she has Dr. Evil with her, and she has her sister with her. Now, it's not a real sister. This is a sister that she found when you guys remember last season, that guy that pretended to be her daddy. Well, this is his daughter, so that's her sister. So I thought this whole scene was kind of like odd and weird to me because we see Apple getting her titties done, but she didn't get any anesthesia, so she's awake throughout this whole procedure, and I'm just like, wow. So you go to the strip mall to get them done, and then you got to be awake when they're doing it. Like, They are cutting you, like they sticking you, like poking you, prodding you, and you feeling that shit. Like, wow, no, couldn't be me. But more power to her. All right, you guys. So I'm trying to breeze through this teeny fizzle pop and April situation because I'm over it. So we see Spectacular and we see Ray J, and they meet up with Boog and Teeny Fizzle Pop. So Ray J is like, the tension backstage was thick enough to cope with the knife, and I kept thinking something was gonna pop off at any time. Fizz, he's playing the situation with April like 8 ball. He trying to hit it in the side pocket. And I was just like, oh my God, like leave it to Ray J with the theatrics. But he's right. He is actually right though. Like Fizz is playing the situation fucked up with April and Omarion. And it's just like they are both oblivious to the situation. It's like, y'all can't be that stupid. Y'all cannot be that stupid. Y'all can't think other people are that stupid. Y'all can't think Omarion is that stupid. Y'all can't think the viewing public is that stupid. Like, come on. We see it. Admit it. But they don't want to admit it. So, like I said, it was Spec, it was Ray, it was Teeny Fizzle Pop, and it was Boog. And we find out that April was at the Los Angeles show, and I'm just like, oh, really? Why? Because she's his friend, allegedly. But they talking about how they looked they looked booed up, and Teeny Fizzle Pop got immediately defensive, saying there's nothing going on. Bullshit, like bullshit, like oh God. And then this nigga gonna say everyone had friends and family there. Okay, friends and family. April's not family to you, and she's not a friend to you. She's someone you're smashing. Stop playing us like we stupid. And then Bugs is just like, man, I just would prefer if you don't bring that to the tour because, Boog is just worried about this getting his money, and I can't blame him. I can't blame Boog at all because he feels like this is like it's like a straw that's gonna break the camel's back. Eventually, Omarion's gonna be like, you know what? Forget this shit. Like I'm tired of looking at him. I'm tired of looking at her. Y'all want to do this? Y'all go out and do it on your own, and I'm a peace out. Like we all know, Omarion is what? He's a diva, and he feels like he can do everything on his own. So y'all going I just feel like I get where Boog is coming from. Eventually, he's gonna push him, push him, push him, push him, and he's gonna be like, "Fuck it, I'm out." Like, God, they get on my nerves. So then we do see Teeny Fizzle Pop and April, and they go out to dinner. I'm like, oh, really, really? And y'all wonder why people think there's something going on between y'all. Y'all are at dinner together, alone. Like, it would be another story if they went to a bar. They had, Jess Hilarious with them. I know she's not gonna be on the show. Jess Hilarious, Zell Swag, Paris, anybody on this cast. If y'all had done something like that, it wouldn't be like, okay, they all having a good time, they homies. But it's just you two that's at dinner. Like, come on. Y'all think people are, again, y'all think people are that damn stupid. So then Teeny Fizzle Pop is telling April that, because he's asking her what's going on with Hollywood Online. She was like, she's confused. Girl, you shouldn't be confused because Jason Lee pointed that out clear as day. Like, he pointed out clear as day. And then, they talk about, her mom coming out to the show in Chicago. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm coming too. And Teeny Fizzle Pop was like, I'm not sure if you should come. And she's like, why should I not come? He was like, because, my manager's hitting me up. The road manager's hitting me up. Everybody's hitting me up about me and you. And then she said something that was so fucking stupid to me. She's like, but if this was any other girl, they wouldn't have a problem. You are correct. If it was any other girl, they would not have a problem. But the fact that you are Omarion's baby mama, that's a big issue. Like, I don't know what they thinking. I don't know if they think that everyone else is just stupid. Don't know. I don't know. I'm baffled, perplexed, astonished, bamboozled, hoodwinked, everything. All right, so next we see April, and she is out with Zelswag and Paris. And, she's talking to them about this whole Chicago thing again as well. She's in her feelings about it, and I'm just still sitting here thinking to myself, like, you really don't understand why people would feel the way that they would feel. Like, that's, for me, I'm gonna say April's that stupid. Like, she gotta be stupid. Like, come on. Like, think logically, use the brain that the good Lord gave you, because obviously you're sitting on the brain that he gave you. And she's talking about what did she say? Yeah, that's basically it with that. She's just talking about how she feels, and I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, you are stupid. So then, Zell says that, well, oh, they told her she should not go, which I agree. And Zell says that, he tells them about him getting into it with Little Lyrica, Clutch and Pearls, and Pam and her piercings because he was on live with Summer Bunny. Now, I don't know what Zell was thinking. Like, come on, bruh. You talking about you saw her on live and you just clicked on it. Why? I mean, it makes no sense. If I'm cool with somebody and a person is on live talking shit about them, I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me hop on this person's live and see why you're talking about my friend. Like, I'm not gonna do that. That's not something that I give a fuck about. You can talk about my friend all you want, but I'm not gonna sit here and because the way it looked like Giselle was kikiing with her, chatting it up with her. It looked very fucking messy, and I wouldn't do no shit like that to somebody that I'm quote cool with. It's just not something that I do. Don't believe in that. So then we see April in Paris, and they finally make it to Chicago. And, April is talking about her situation with, Amari and with Teeny Fizzlepop. She's talking about when it came down to Amari, she didn't see the breakup coming. I'm pretty positive you didn't, but you should have saw it. You probably should have saw it coming, but you didn't. And, she's talking about, Teeny Fizzlepop was there for her to help her when, he broke up with her. She stopped eating. She was losing weight. He came and got the kids. He did this. He did that. So he is deserving of the cooch. And I'm just like, wow. So if a man just comes in and swoops in and just say, let me take you out to eat. Let me take these kids and do this and this and that. Let me do this for you. They're deserving of the cooch. They're deserving of the cooch. You have very low standards, my dear. Just saying. You have very low fucking standards. All right, you guys. So lastly, we're going to pick up where the episode ended. We remember last week's episode, Little Lyrica, she was leaving the house with Clutch and Pearl and Pam and her piercings. That's what I'm going to call it, Pam and her piercings. So, she's talking about she's leaving. So Pam and her piercings go outside to talk to Little Lyrica. Little Lyrica don't want to hear it because she's upset, which I understand why she's upset. Because I didn't agree with Pam last week. Talking about because Lyrica didn't cook Clutch and Pearls, a.k.a. Auntie Faye, dinner. That's why this nigga cheated. That's why he cheats. Right. He cheated because of that. She doesn't cook. Okay. We're wrong with that. We're wrong with it for now. We're not gonna wrong with it. So, Little Lyrica says, you know what, I'm leaving. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait, whoa, pump the brakes. You're leaving, but you're not taking your baby with you. You're leaving, but you're not taking your baby with you. Like, and I was thinking about that last week when she was walking out there with that one bag, because she said she'll be back, and I'm just like, wait a minute, but you leaving without your child? I don't know no mother that's gonna leave if their husband, if they get into it with their husband. I don't know any woman that's gonna leave a child with the husband, because you know what? And especially if you leave him because he's cheated on you, you're gonna leave your child with his father, his or her father. Like, he might call another female over, right? But okay. We're gonna run with this storyline. We're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with it. When it comes down to Little Lyrica and Clutch and Pearls, I feel like they're taking us on a roller coaster that Kirk and Rashida takes us on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They're the new Kirk and Rashida of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I just feel like they selling out their marriage. God. But, that's them and not me. So then we see Little Lyrica. She's at a hotel. And who's at the hotel with her? Big Lyrica and her friend Sia. And she tells them about how she got into it with Pam and her piercings and clutching pearls. And why she say anything about Pam and her piercings? Big Lyric chimes up, and she's talking about fuck that bitch. He's she always jumping in, which she does, and I can agree with that. Pam and her piercings always jump into a conversation when it comes to Little Lyrica and clutching pearls. But that's not. She gonna take up for her son just like you gonna take up for your daughter. What you gonna do? So then she mentions about Summer Bunny. I'm like, I get it. Summer Bunny was on live talking shit about you. You should pay that dust. Literally pay her dust. She ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Pay her dust. You should worry about your husband and his philandering penis. That's what you need to worry about. But but they both said that they'll be there with her. I'm like, okay, who really cares? So then lastly, you guys, we see Big Lyrica and Pam and her piercings. They are meeting for dinner. And I will say that Pam and her piercings look nice with that, her hair was slicked back and in a bun. I'm like, ooh, look at Pam and her piercings looking good. And then her green screen, I was like, ooh, somebody has done a good job with her wig. Finally, let's give her a hand clap for that. Round of applause for Pam and her piercings and her wig. Looked good. But I'm goofy, y'all. Don't mind me. But what was I finna say? I lost my train of thought. Her piercings. Speaking of her piercings, that nose ring, that lip ring, it just looks a hot ass mess. But she wouldn't be Pam and her piercings without those piercings. So they sit down and they have a conversation with each other. And Pam says that she was telling Little Lyric about herself, about her being on IG, posting that picture, doing the stuff that she does. And I think I have to agree with Pam and her piercings. I think Lyrica should not be doing the things that she's doing. It's okay to be sexy. It really is. But to the extent that she's doing, I think she should kind of tone down just a tad bit because she does have a child. And I just think she should tone down just a little bit. She doesn't have to tone down a lot, but just a smidge. Nothing wrong with it. And then, they talking about the Summer Bunny stuff. And, Pam and her piercings like, well, Summer Bunny, she be hopping from producer to producer. True, she does. But it's up to your son, who is married and had a pregnant wife. He should have said, you know what, homie, I ain't even rocking with you like that. Like, I'm married, I got a wife, my wife is pregnant. Like, I can't do nothing with you. Like, no. But instead, he let her jump on his jock. And, Pam was like, he didn't say that to her. Well, Big Lyric said, well, he told it to my daughter. And she was like, oh. Huh. And then, Pam and her peers like, well, there was cheating on both sides. Okay, so two wrongs make a right. So because Little Lyrica cheated on Clutch and Pearls, he decided to go out and cheat on her with the next random chick. Okay, if you say so. And then, Big Lyric is like, you know what? I feel like you owe me an apology for calling me a bitch this and this and that. And, Pam and Chris are like, well, I feel like you owe me an apology as well. And I'm like, oh, shit, Pam and her piercings. Why do you just say, I'm sorry? And then they get into it from there, and they leave, and, Pam and her piercings leave. I'm like, well, that was a bust. That ain't going nowhere. But you guys, that was the episode. Be sure to like the video, leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you know whenever I drop something, and share the video. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Greenleaf